So we'll take a look at their picks and bans for Game 2. Keep in mind, this is a best-of-5 scenario. So Cyclone, they're up 1-0, but they've got to win 2 more to really bring it home and find themselves as proper representatives of the Smite Console League.
So this time around, PutKettleOn is going to have the first pick option. We'll see how they adjust their strategies, whether or not they're the ones that are going to try to go for the first pick Fafnir or not.
We'll certainly keep an eye on it. PutKettleOn, they're going to ban out the Sobek. Nobody really wants to play against Sobek, and I can understand that. You know, it's interesting. Sobek is not what I would call the most dominating character. He's not the #1, the most terrifying, but he forces you to play, at least in the long lane, he forces you to play a different style of Smite. You absolutely cannot be aggressive against the Sobek, otherwise you get flipped behind the minions.
But regardless, Cyclone GG, they still like their Guardians in the Soul lane. They picked up the Xing Chen, and right off the bat, 3 Guardians by both teams taken off.
Yeah, PutKettleOn, the Sobek and the Bacchus, they don't want to deal with that aggressive duo lane. I think that was, honestly, not what did it in for PutKettleOn last time around, but by taking that out, I think they'll have a little bit more confidence, at least, coming out of the long side.
Arlong Shen going to be banned away yet again. As I say that, I was going to say how both of these teams could potentially be looking for that pick, not wanting to deal with that option. Warriors in the Soul lane, very aggressive, but Nemesis was left open. We haven't seen this pick in quite a while.
One of my favorites. She just allows so much to happen on the side of the team that owns her, right? Most likely in the jungle role, having that ultimate available, 50%, and then just a dive-on character. It doesn't matter if you're a full damage Ratatasker or a full tank Ymir. You're going to be wet paper as soon as she shows up, and it allows you to build a dynamic composition around her.
And like we mentioned before, the Rama pick could synergize very well with this Nemesis. Nemesis should be able to dive the Freya in these mid to late game team fights, and then you have to have some sort of long-range artillery to be able to secure the kill.
We'll take a look at how that one's going to happen. For now, PutKettleOn, they've got the Soul and the Janus, so a lot of magical power coming out from PKO. Soul most likely in the Hunter role, Janus definitely in the mid lane unless we see something absolutely crazy. But Cyclone GG, they've got a lot of chase down factor. Freya, she's going to be very fast because she always buys Fatalis. Susano, that's Susano. He's going to be very fast. So Cyclone's going to be able to chase down, which is very important. Expect a lot of winged blades on the side of Cyclone GG as there's slows to deal with PKO, and it'll just help what they want to do already.
You talk about the mobility from the Freya and Susano, Guan as well having the cavalry charge, but PutKettleOn having that Janus just for the threshold through spacing time on top of this allows PutKettleOn to not only play aggressively, but reposition themselves after the Nemesis commits to her all-in play.
Was the Xing Chen that much of an issue to warrant the ban out of PutKettleOn?
I wouldn't say necessarily so. They should have allowed the Xing Chen to go through. They should just keep playing aggressive against the Xing Chen because they found the first blood. Even tower diving tier 2 was a great rotation from the support. I think it was CobbY that made the rotation right off the bat into the Soul lane, diving that tier 2 tower, finding the kill.
You know what it is? It just might be a comfort thing. Maybe the Soul lane just doesn't want to play against it. That is something that I like a lot when teams respect their teammates' choices. We saw that last year where MLC Stealth just didn't want to play as or against ISIS. And ISIS was a okay ban, it's not terrible, but the team creates their own sort of I don't want to say meta, but their own sort of priority picks. And that will help out. Sticking to the meta, the hard and tried and true meta, doesn't always benefit every team equally. Sometimes you need to help out your own individual teammates. PutKettleOn, they don't want their Soul laner to play against the Xing Chen. Sun Wukong will be going against Amaterasu. That is a fantastic matchup if you're the Sun Wukong.
Definitely a great matchup for Sun Wukong, and teams have to develop their own play style, like you mentioned before. You have to have those comfort picks that you're very efficient with, and then that's going to force out those targeted bans, such as all these Guardians, Sobek, Bacchus, Xing Chen, right off the bat, not allowing Ezzuna to have those Guardians in the Soul lane, and then he's going to pick up a Warrior anyway. That's going to be a dominant team fight presence in the mid to late game.
Yeah, so PutKettleOn in the short lane have the advantage one more time. They also have the Nemesis, worth talking about.
Nemesis should be a good target for PutKettleOn just to be able to dive all these targets, allowing this Freya, if they can position this Nemesis towards the dual lane, Kumbhakarna with the Nemesis, it's going to be very difficult for Freya to really escape, even if she does go to the skies.
Well, for now, Auzrik is going to have to sit on his 542 damage. Not going to be able to make that go up any longer. We've got good old PAB on the side of PutKettleOn, so a new jungler. Mango Man was the one that DC'd last game, but they've replaced the jungle instead.
We're going to see if this is the change that they needed coming from the jungler instead of the strategies changes. We're going to see the Nemesis still electing to go for Purification, not going for the Wrath option. So going to try to negate some of these crowd controls from Cyclone GG, not wanting to get pulled by Susano.
Which is interesting because there's not a lot of heavy crowd control on the side of Cyclone GG. Like you said, there's a pull. Ezzuna has a ultimate stun. Bloakley has an ultimate crowd control. DineOhSaw has an ultimate crowd control. Naaaarrrk has the banish, which is a 16-second cooldown, 18-second cooldown. So it's not like there's a lot of hard CC on the side of Cyclone GG. I am the number one fan of Purification, but here, I think you had a couple of different options, maybe even a sprint.
I think, honestly, it's not a bad option because of the fact that there's a Freya with a banish. That's going to be very annoying to deal with if you're diving the back line. You're trying to find an early kill, get Freya out of the fight, you get whooped. Maybe preemptively use the Purification just so you can keep committing offensively.
So we'll see. We'll keep an eye on it. This time, Naaaarrrk taking a bunch of poke off of the traditional hunter onto the Freya. He'll be going head-to-head against the Soul out of Sunsea.
Makes it very difficult to try to push out the dual lane whenever you have a Guan Yu with the sustain. The Freya can't really do much at level 3, having to use the Woof. Gonna fall right off the bat. There was no body blocks from Guan Yu to intercept the soul damage.
Way too aggressive. I knew that Freya was gonna die 5 seconds ago. We saw her get brought down to about 25% HP, couple of extra pokes. Freya doesn't have the ability to play that game. You're only a hunter for 6 seconds at a time with those ranged basic attacks. When they're down on cooldown, you are a punching bag. Way too aggressive out of Naaaarrrk. He's going to fall down. First blood goes the way to PutKettleOn.
Didn't respect the crowd control from the Kumbhakarna at level 4. Just has the root, the mess, which also positions the archers to start hitting you as well. Because
too many slows.
When you post a wave, you're also going to probably hit the Kumbhakarna, which gives you mini aggro.
Pull out of the tower. Great play out of the Susano. And the dash forward. One more shot will do it. Can't seem to find it. Janus waiting for the cooldown. Wiggling and moving, but can't escape. Airbrushd. PAB gets the kill out of Bloakley in return. And there's a shot out of the rotation. Mango Man says hello. Takes out Airbrushd, but dies.
The body blocks from the minions didn't allow him to escape as quickly as he wanted to. He could have kept the Ox form and then keep moving outside the tower at the same time, but still trading his life 1-for-1 efficiently because no one was actually credited for that kill.
And nobody, more importantly, well, not more importantly, nobody gets the assist either. More aggression on the duo lane, and DineOhSaw is the one to fall this time around. So matching deaths for the guys on Cyclone GG. Good old PAB right here trying to run away. Amaterasu gets the stun on the Mango Man.
Nice idea, though, that the Nemesis had, just to bully out this Amaterasu to allow Wukong to make the rotation. But mid lane, more importantly, Janus forced to escape through space and time was used, but goes back into mid.
Troublesome situation. Mid lane, right lane, everyone in trouble. Mango Man gets the kill onto Ezzuna, and I'm happy he gets that revenge kill. I was laughing. Good old PAB. They're the ones fighting. The ultimate comes out of Amaterasu, and the third hit, Mango Man just sort of comes around the corner unassumingly like, hey guys, what's going on? Just gets stunned from an ultimate, chases down the target, and gets the kill.
And that's why Nemesis was trying to go for the poke. Red buff not going to get stolen by CobbY, but I like the idea. Trying to defend your own red. Great aggression coming from Cyclone GG, and they're going to escape. There's nobody really that wants to commit to the chase.
Yep, nobody really can find anything. So finally, the retreat. Both of these teams have been really hyper-aggressive. Both of these teams have been really hyper-aggressive. PutKettleOn, the only one that's been successful in their aggression, however.
That's what you need to have out of Nemesis to make these kinds of plays in the mid lane, in the solo lane, setting up Mango Man for an easy kill, and still having a 1-level advantage. Warrior Tabby over only tier 2 for Ezzuna.
Solo lane, however, different story. Mango Man gonna get stunned out. This time, he's definitely the target. Solo lane falls. Here's the rotation out of the jungle. A little bit late there, Nemesis, but good old PAB gonna just look at 4 separate members. You know, we see the rotation out of PutKettleOn. 4 members in the solo lane. Rotation out of PutKettleOn follows to the right side as well.
Honestly, in a 1v4 spot, as long as you have wards to see all these players coming to your tower, that would have been a great opportunity for PutKettleOn to sneak the Gold Fury, force that, and sacrifice your solo lane. He would have been able to buy so much time.
There was just too many members. The rotation from PutKettleOn, they showed up on the right side. That's sort of what I was alluding to, is Gold Fury is probably a strong call, but PutKettleOn wanting to defend their players just a little bit.
You need to have the vision to spot these rotations to make the necessary adjustments, whether or not you want to rotate for the counter gank or whether or not you want to grab any objectives on the left-hand side. PutKettleOn missed an opportunity.
Yeah, they got neither situation, honestly. Ezzuna gonna get smacked up by Mr. Mango Man. Very good job. Blocks the dash. That's a huge play coming out from the Sun Wukong player. As soon as his cooldowns come up, he could find the kill. It's all up to the positioning. Mango Man with a fantastic block onto the dash gets the kill.
And he didn't even have to commit with an ultimate either.
Nope.
Just patiently waiting for those cooldowns. Even took a tower shot for his trouble. And now with that kill, he finds another wave. He could make a rotation on the solo lane. Amaterasu's teleport is not available.
Gold Fury looked at. Vision replaced. No team really going for it.
Sun Wukong is rotating, though, on the left-hand side. They're looking for it. They want to save their teleport, though. In case the Amaterasu does rotate over, Gold Fury gets reset. Sun Wukong will be able to out-rotate Ama back into the solo.
Amaterasu's got 25 seconds to wait, and everybody knows that Sun Wukong is here. He walked directly over a Cyclone GG ward. This means it's fighting time. Nobody really looking for the objective, more looking for the kills. Sun Wukong trying to do what he can. Keep an eye. 10 seconds till Amaterasu joins the party. It's going to be an invade onto the red buff. PutKettleOn successfully take that one down. They'll start at the gold as well. Can they take it in 3 seconds? That's how long it's going to take Amaterasu to get here. We'll keep an eye on that character. Gold Fury, 70-60%. Now down to half. Cyclone GG coming on in. No rats available. There's the ultimate. Gold Fury goes down. Sunsea gets a kill and Naaaarrrk answers back. Gold Fury goes the way of PutKettleOn. And there's the kill as Mango Man gets the smoke down onto Bloakley.
3-4-2 rather, as the Subsea goes down. Naaaarrrk still looking for more kills, however, catching CobbY at the end. Overall, it's going to be a 3-on-3, but the Gold Fury did go down for PutKettleOn.
Naaaarrrk picks up 3 kills in that team fight after a Gold Fury. Let me consult. Game 1, Naaaarrrk picks up 3 kills after a Gold Fury. Rom, Freya, doesn't matter. Naaaarrrk is very strong when it comes to these team fights. People grouped up, that's exactly what Naaaarrrk wants to see. Unfortunately, triple kill, double kill, single kill doesn't seem to matter. It's a team game. Him and his squad find themselves down 3,000 gold.
He finds 3 kills without a Fatalis, so the later this game goes, he's just going to be able to make so many plays off of that huge power spike. Sol already having the Doom Orb after dying down to 8 stacks.
Yeah, it's going to cut out some of her damage, but 16 to 8, not too big of a deal. I don't really mind when the Doom Orb mages die early on because you're going to pick up 8 stacks. There's 6 characters in a wave, right? There's 6 stacks in a wave, not the hugest deal. When you go from 50 to 25, 1, it's hard to get those stacks back, and 2, you really feel it.
And we're going to see mid lane a little bit of aggression. 3-on-3, Nemesis looking for the poke, but disengaging. Guan Yu should find the sustain, no problem. As these lefts respawn, however, PutKettleOn are in position.
And I like that fight in the mid lane, Totally. Neither team using too much as far as ultimates go, sort of baiting their opponents. Both teams sort of waiting to see who pops the ultimate first.
PutKettleOn, they want to play aggressive, but going to get pulled out. CobbY kind of have to disengage, but Airbrushd going to get targeted by PBM.
The counter ultimate coming out of the Nemesis dashes right away from the ultimate out of Susano as well. Janus will deliver some pokes. So Cyclone are the team that pops their ultimates. PutKettleOn don't pop anything and walk away clean.
2 ultimates only remaining on the side of Cyclone. So it seems that PutKettleOn, if they want to, they can really be aggressive here. Janus still has his ultimate for the aggression and the disengage.
Yeah, this is the play that PutKettleOn, this is the moment that they really need to look at. The core of Cyclone, jungle, mid, support, they don't have any options anymore. So PutKettleOn, even though the Gold Fury is down, PutKettleOn, they've got a little bit of a lead and can look to push maybe the mid lane, just go for a good old gank on the left-hand side. Either way, PutKettleOn have a lot more options than Cyclone right now and will for the next 30 seconds or so.
going to see a 1v1 to the left. Just a little bit of a bait because Kumbhakarna is right underneath. Going to find the Mez and forcing out that purification.
And forcing out both the ultimate and the defensive ability. Banish, nothing left for the Freya. No abilities left. One ultimate into the Soul ultimate. That's going to knock her back. Where's the Stellar Burst? It's not there. And because no presence from PutKettleOn, that is a safe Freya. Just
a little too late onto the Supernova, not securing that after landing back down. Does find the red buff and the disengage.
Here's the deep players in Cyclone GG's jungle. Getting chased out is good old PAB. He's trying to do what he can to get as active in the enemy jungle as possible while the red buff is evaded by his teammates. Now, PAB in trouble. 4 players in the other team's colors are surrounding him. Still trying to get the kill. Can't find an exit. Shield popped. Dash stopped. And now looking to find his way out. PAB gets shut down by Naaaarrrk.
He tried to juke for as long as possible, but Naaaarrrk making the rotation after the disengage. However, on the right-hand side, Mango Man was able to snag that tier 1 tower.
Yeah, Mango Man has just really had his way this game. Last time around, we saw it go the opposite way. You know, Arlang Shen was able to put down the Xing Qian and unfortunately kind of leave it that way. But here, PutKettleOn, Mango Man certainly making it happen.
On the flip side, though, this Freya, she wants to play super aggressive now that she has the Fatalis, finding another kill, going up to 4 total. This is what you have to do. You win the 1v1s. As long as you're able to utilize your movement speed and avoid the Stellar Burst and the Supernova, you're going to win 100% of the time.
Right. We have to see more accuracy out of Naaaarrrk, however. Missing a lot of these in-hands and some of the banishes as well that would be very, very critical to really win the majority of these fights, but still seems to have the number of Mr. Sudsy Gibbon. Sudsy Gibbon. What a name. I like that name.
That's a tongue twister.
Sudsy Gibbon. It makes me think of a monkey taking a bath.
Like the tub.
Like a gibbon monkey covered in suds.
Oh my goodness. Well, Golfier is about to respawn in 30 seconds. It seems that PutKettleOn with a slight advantage, they could look to force the issue. There is a Wrath out for the Kumbhakarna available if they want to try to sneak it.
Gold Fury not spawned just yet, and I'm sure PutKettleOn have that exact number. Rotation available from the monkey, not from Ezzuna. So one more time, the power play will be available from PutKettleOn if they choose to go that direction. It's all about the fight, though. Guan Yu on the backside, a little bit caught out, but not going to be aggressed on. Slow going to be missed on Susano as well.
Mango Man making the rotation, zoning out 2 on the right-hand side, and this is what PutKettleOn are looking to do. Force the Gold Fury with their Wrath, but here comes Guan Yu on the horse.
Yeah, 5-on-4 here. Nemesis ultimate comes down to Guan. There's a great ultimate out of the mid-mage, but he's chased out of the backside. Naaaarrrk's firing off those shots while Mango Man gets the double kill. Solo lane on fire at the moment. Mango Man 6-2-1. No signs of slowing down.
Airbrushd jet streaming away. The Freya ultimate is down. Not wanting to commit to the rest of this team fight. There is no through space and time to chase it down. Overall, 2 kills go to PutKettleOn.
I love the meditation there. Not a, I said good man. It wasn't one of those like instant in the moment meditations, but just a small play like that allows PutKettleOn to go ahead and make the subsequent chase up. They're able to start the Gold Fury, take this secondary fight. Without meditation, this would not be available. But PutKettleOn have to choose. They have to aggress onto the objective right now. Otherwise, it's going to go the other way.
Gold Fury keeps getting reset, and I don't know why, because they have the Wrath available. Ezzuna taking a lot of poke, going to get chased down. Mango Man comes crashing down, but just out of range of the slow. Tiger Sun coming out, connecting. Threshold going to slow it down, and finally finding it as Waldrom.
But Cyclone have all respawned. Now they're on the back, and PutKettleOn cannot keep up. They only had 1 meditation, Toli, not 2. Airbrushd gets a kill. CobbY in some trouble, surrounded. Great portal by the mid lane, going to help out the support, but CobbY going to get grabbed and nabbed and shut down. There's a pull. Everybody's got to combine for these basics, though.
They're going to find the basics under the tier 1 tower, and I'm still shocked that the Gold Fury kept getting reset. They got 2 members dead right off the bat, and they were still zoning away an Amaterasu and a Freya instead of just committing under the gold.
Yeah, that was just, unfortunately, PutKettleOn was more concerned about the kills than the objectives. They had their Wrath available. They had the numbers advantage. Just aggress onto the target. Instead, it took them too long, and because of that, Cyclone's able to respond in kind with a number of kills. PutKettleOn waited so long, Anatoly, that the entire team respawned, and Cyclone GG are now just taking out Mango Man.
Well, Cyclone GG are taking a while as well. Mango Man finally gonna escape. Thought he was about to fall there, but there goes Raijin on the right, escaping the respawn from CobbY. Down goes Airbrushd from the sky.
And this has been the 3-minute Gold Fury fight. Both teams respawning, coming on back, and now finally PutKettleOn going to commit to this Gold Fury. Wrath on Captain CobbY, trying to make it happen. 50% on the Gold Fury. Players peeling, but it's just Mango Man. That's who should peel the solo lane, and the Gold Fury goes down. PutKettleOn sitting up 4K gold.
They're going to be able to push down this tier 1 tower. Airbrushd still dead for about 5 seconds. You have a decent amount of tower shredding capabilities with this Soul in your Hunter role.
Decent amount. She's absolutely fantastic. I love Soul when it comes to tower killing, and the Nemesis, not a bad choice either. You can see some just pure power being built on her, and a little bit of cooldown most likely. We'll see what that mace gets built into, but Nemesis also does a good job against towers.
PutKettleOn wants to play very carefully. There was 4 members down that mid lane from Cyclone GG, electing to go for their buffs instead. And that's a good idea to reset after the gold, getting your own buffs, spending that gold as well is very important. You want to be able to keep up with the power spikes, especially against Freya.
Right, I mean, the gold that you get out of Gold Fury, you know, and I think this is very interesting. You kill players around Gold Fury and you get Gold Fury. The players that die and go back to base and buy will be up versus the players that have more gold in their pockets. It's something very interesting that we bring up occasionally, but backing to go and spend that gold, PutKettleOn are still here. So at some point they do have to go and sort of reset, like you said, and 16 minutes on the clock is the seemingly perfect time to really go and do so. 36K, or 3,600, excuse me. 36K would be a landslide lead.
I don't think I've ever seen a 36K gold lead in a Conquest match.
I think the largest competitive lead we've ever seen was about 25, 26, and that was last year in the PC Pro League. On the console side of things, we've seen 12K out of Most Wanted. We've seen 17K out of Most Wanted even, but pushing that memory does not serve anything further. So 36K might be a little bit of a pipe dream, but 3,600 much more relevant and manageable. Cyclone can definitely come back from this, and that's what they're trying to do. Gank over on the left-hand side, pulling Kumbhakarna, but no hard commit coming out from the red squad.
They poked out CobbY just a little bit, but they committed with the Typhoon and the Cavalry Charge. Those are 2 very important team fight ultimates now, not available to Cyclone GG. PutKettleOn, they used it through space and time, but they could still be aggressive, especially with Nemesis having her ultimate.
Yeah, Nemesis ultimate is really one of the keystones to this game for PutKettleOn. Whoever they target with that will be the choice. Mango Man makes another rotation. He's been on this side of the map, I feel like, more than his side, and yet still finds himself on the winning lane.
Well, now it's a very good timing to make the rotation. Freya is very low, not going to be able to find the kill onto the Soul. Wukong comes landing down, and there goes the Nemesis ult.
Love the rotation from both of these teams. Mango Man picks up Naaaarrrk. Raijin going to do the damage down the middle. Can't find a target, but now surrounded is one more. So Wukong going to dash away. Sudsy Gibson in fine. He's on the backside dealing out the damage.
That was a great body block from CobbY, intercepting that Amaterasu dash because she wasn't able to get off the ultimate onto the Soul that she would have liked to do. She's still connected on her second ability, but not having that distance to secure the kill with her ultimate.
And that's why Sudsy lives one more time. Very strong play. And I liked how, as PutKettleOn aggressed, Cyclone GG also made their rotation defensively. Couldn't save their Freya, but were able to at least answer a little bit. PutKettleOn still with the lead here, up about 5K gold.
It looks like Cyclone GG, they're going to find another pull onto the Guardian, but not finding enough follow-up damage. They're just going to have to reset on the middle lane. Waiting was the Raijin, trying to look for somebody out of position.
Yeah, the Kumbha very tanky, and we've seen a number of times Cyclone go for the Kumbha. You know, it's not that Kumbha's the target, it's just that he's always so frequently in a what would be a bad spot, but he's got a good build going on for the situation he's in. The old classic Jinx build, just boots one into the health and the passive from Winged Blade, and then of course Spirit Robe is a great item for what's happening to Kumbhakarna right now.
On top of that, he relies on his passive just for the extra enhance to secure the kill. That's going to allow the rest of his teammates to not bail him out, but just to be able to win the team fight. Just that one in-hand can make the difference.
And right now, PutKettleOn don't even have to worry about a team fight. Taking a tier 1 tower in the mid lane for free. No real defense coming out from Cyclone GG over there anyway. So PutKettleOn put another 500 in their pockets. And oh, Freya, it's a combat call. Naaaarrrk in so much trouble. Nobody's going to catch up to this guy. Curse and slows and nemesis ult. Naaaarrrk's going to land right on down, get mezzed, and get shot. Waldrom puts number 15 on the board for PutKettleOn.
I like the idea that she still had, trying to fight till the very last dying breath, purifying when she knew she was dead anyway, maybe finding as much damage as possible for the rest of her team to clean up.
Exactly, that's the key. I mean, 100%, Freya's dead. She's dead so many different ways. No way she gets out, but at least deal the damage that you're able to go ahead and go for. I mean, there's nothing else to do, so just turn and burn.
And now with that one-player advantage, PutKettleOn, they're going to force the Gold Fury and have Mango Man split push on the right at the same time.
Does have the Wrath one more time for Kumbhakarna. Nobody on the side of Cyclone GG has the Wrath available or at all. So PutKettleOn, they had trouble committing last time to the objective. We'll keep an eye here and see what they decide to do.
Well, they start the Gold Fury. Naaaarrrk has respawned. We have zoning done by Mango Man, and that's what you want to do onto the Raijin. But Amaterasu gonna stun out CobbY very low on the backside. The Typhoon comes out.
Gold Fury goes the other way. Cyclone don't even use the Wrath. Cyclone don't even need it. They take out the Gold Fury and steal it right underneath the noses of PutKettleOn. Ezzuna takes out CobbY way after the fact, just a little upset that he didn't get to use his own Wrath. Now Cyclone in a little bit of trouble. Mango Man surrounded by 3 players, but those 3 are low. Mango Man chasing them out. Guan gets hit by the long-range Janus ult, but won't be a death. Different story for Airbrushd, as he finds himself falling down on the close side to PutKettleOn's base. And Cyclone reach double digits, but more importantly, steal the objective.
They want to be able to get more, though, out of this. After losing the Gold Fury, Mango Man wants to dive this Tier 1 tower. Naaaarrrk gonna get land down after falling from the portal. Tier 1 tower gonna fall. Amaterasu coming from the backside.
And you gotta watch out. Full health, full mana, full ready to fight. Trouble for the Janus right here. Can't get to the wall, but Ezzuna not really focusing the right target. Portal taken by somebody else. Now, looking for the soul. Can't really find it. There's an ult, but Sanctuary used. No stun available either. And the damage coming out from Soul going to slow down Ezzuna.
Janus trying to find the threshold. Now, it's a little bit off the mark because it's north side. CobbY going to take Ezzuna to the sky. The rest of the team collapsing. Great body blocks, not allowing anywhere to go.
Fantastic surround play coming out from PutKettleOn. They make the team fights look very easy, but they also make the objectives look very hard. That's the second time. Now, the first time they got away with it. The first time PutKettleOn got away with it because they made it into a team fight. Like I said, PutKettleOn have done a great job with the team fights. So the first time, we saw the Gold Fury danced around at 13 minutes for 3 minutes. And they were able to just fight, and eventually wind up with the Gold Fury. PutKettleOn, with a Wrath, lose Gold Fury to Cyclone GG. That just can't happen.
They were too scattered. Sun Wukong was zoning on the top side. There was a 1v1 between the junglers on the left underneath Gold Fury, and that's what allowed the Typhoon to sneak in underneath. The Kumbhakarna was taking so much damage that he had to reset the Gold Fury. Mango Man wasn't there to leash it, and as a result, during that small little reset, that Typhoon snuck its way and stole the gold.
Rough stuff, just rough stuff. Either way, it won't be too much of an impact for PutKettleOn or Cyclone, honestly. The Gold Fury going the other way still doesn't even things up just yet. You're looking at about a 7,000 gold differential. So Cyclone GG still troubling, but like we said, they have game number 1. So in a best-of-5 scenario, this isn't the worst thing in the world. Cyclone can bounce back from here and then look towards the future.
It's all about the future right now, but Cyclone GG, they need to figure out a way to stop this lead from PutKettleOn. Now, objectively, they've been doing a good job of at least stalling the Gold Fury. Around Fire Giant, more importantly, this could be the opportunity for them to get back in the game.
Right, but the stall doesn't work out. We saw that in game number 1. It was a 4-minute Gold Fury, an 11-minute Gold Fury, and a 15-minute Gold Fury. If that's the succession, if that's the speed at which these objectives are going to be taken, there needs to be more attention. PutKettleOn are going to start the Fire Giant, and I think if you're a PutKettleOn fan, you got to be a little bit wary because they have shown that they're not number 1 when it comes to these OBJs.
But Cyclone GG, they're nowhere in position. Mango Man doing a great job distracting the rotation from Raijin underneath, trying to get down Mango Man instead of going for fire.
Well, if you are in a spot, like we said, PutKettleOn have had bad objectives secure, but if nobody's there, nobody knows. Down goes the Fire Giant. PutKettleOn have a massive lead. They've got a Fire Giant as well. They're going to walk down the right side lane with everybody but their nemesis rotating for these towers.
Grabbing the last remaining tier 2 tower, PutKettleOn trying to secure the game, but DineOhSaw has something else to say. Finding the stun onto CobbY, on the side is Janus, getting pulled back in as Mango Man. Doesn't have much mana, has to run away.
Very important play for Cyclone GG to make this aggressive maneuver. They're down almost 10k with the Fire Giant. This is where they have to play defense. Cyclone successfully pushed PutKettleOn off of their tower with that much of a deficit.
Just now, it's going to be up to PutKettleOn to spend all the gold after the tier 2 on the right. They're going to find gold momentarily. Kumbhakarna with a decent amount of gold should be able to spend it after gold. Probably going to go for a Guardian Mail, I would say, against this Freya.
Yeah, I mean, Freya, even Raijin can get hurt just a little bit while he looks for the basics after the mark is put on there. Obviously, Amaterasu loves to deal out the basics as well, so Guardian Mail going to be a decent choice.
Grouped up is PutKettleOn. They want to find somebody out of position, even if it is going to be this level 15 Guan Yu. It's only level 20 on the Sun Wukong, so going to do a lot of damage.
Now, last time Cyclone had a fantastic defensive set, but they had all of their ultimates available, and more importantly, all of their players. PutKettleOn make it to this tier 2 tower a little bit quicker than Cyclone are able to respond. Because of that, it goes down for free. Another 1,500 gold in the pocket for PutKettleOn.
And they're not being aggressive. They're being very patient after the tier 2, stealing the red away from Cyclone, making sure that they grab it for themselves, stealing the gold, well, not stealing, but securing their own Gold Fury. They want to get into complete late game form. They want to have the Rod of Tahuti's online for the soul.
Zero chance of making a mistake is the goal for PutKettleOn. We've seen them do fantastic things in these team fights, and that's what they want to keep going on to.
Still having the Fire Giant for about a minute or two. They're going to push out the left-hand side to make sure that there's going to be fire minions flooding in the left while the Fire Giant will respawn on the right.
This ward comes out here all the time, Anatoly, and it's a great ward. Right here in between the 2 lanes, we see it usually on both sides. It allows it allows obviously vision, but more important, watch this fight. PKO just avoiding the Guan Yu stun. Very important play. Just everybody spreads out. Tanking the tower is going to be the Sun Wukong, but he's alone. PutKettleOn have yet to really regroup after the spread out. Here they come. Cyclone with a good defensive set, but not great. Still, Mage able to find some damage on the left-hand side. There's CobbY just dealing basics, no reason to stop. 4 players grouping up on him. That's a reason to stop. He'll fall down. Phoenix still alive. PutKettleOn are on their back foot. CobbY gets a kill. Naaaarrrk puts down one as well. That's a double kill for the Hunter. And Freya looking to continue it on. Trip skis for Naaaarrrk.
Nemesis was pushing the mid lane instead of being in the team fight, trying to get that middle. Phoenix was just a little too greedy, should have remained in the team fight. Great presence of mind by all of Cyclone GG, recognizing they had a 5-on-4 despite being down this much gold, despite members of PutKettleOn having Fire Giant. They were the ones that found the wins.
You know, Tully, Cyclone GG, and I almost want you to disagree with me here. I feel like Cyclone GG are almost playing better Smite than PutKettleOn. despite the fact that they were down like 12,000 gold. At certain points, Cyclone are making better plays and better maneuvers than the opposition.
They're just capitalizing on the small mistakes from PutKettleOn. They're not able to secure the game, and now they're the ones diving the tier 1 tower despite being behind so much gold. But with this rotation, wukong gonna land back down.
Dancing Blade. Here comes Nemesis, jumping forward as the rest of the squad as well. But here's the ultimate out of Raijin, looking for the taunts, finds a couple, and problems for Mango Man, gets pulled right back in. There's the dash forward from the Raijin as well. Freya tunneling, pummels into the opposition. Airbrushd able to clean up that after the damage coming out from Naaaarrrk, and still Cyclone have to find themselves on the retreat. But this is a team that's down a ton of gold. They are down a ton of objectives, but they are not down on the morale. Cyclone GG certainly think that they can win this.
If they cannot find the kills onto Cyclone GG, DineOhSaw on the Guan Yu is just going to get off so much healing done. They have a curse onto the Kumbhakarna, but that's realistically the only anti-healing that they have, and that's not really enough to deal with this late game form Guan Yu.
Exactly. Guan, I mean, he's level 16. It's not even the latest that he can get, but when you look at a character like Guan Yu, we saw this a number of metas ago on the PC side with Hell, where one team would get off to a ridiculous lead and they do fantastic, and then once you just reach a certain point where Hell 0 and 19, it doesn't matter. If she gets to a point in the game, she's able to control the game with her heals. Now Guan Yu does it a little bit differently, but still has a very similar outcome. If Guan Yu is able to make it to this 30-minute mark point in the game, his heals will just out-sustain the damage if Cyclone is able to dance around PutKettleOn efficiently enough.
Having the cooldowns necessarily, as long as he's able to find multiple targets with a dash, healing his team as well, utilizing the kit to his fullest advantage, he's going to continue to be aggressive with a cavalry charge, absorbing so many cooldowns from PutKettleOn. This allows the Raijin, the way he played aggressively last time around, he found an ultimate and then he Thunder Crashed afterwards, trying to chase it down. And that's the strategy from Cyclone GG, just lean on this backline Raijin and the frontline Guan Yu.
PutKettleOn have the right idea here. They want to fight on the objectives. It hasn't worked out for them in the past, but it will give them another fighting 6-on-5 essentially if the Fire Giant can get onto Cyclone GG. So Cyclone have to play this more passive. As we said, they're down a ton of gold. PutKettleOn with a dominating lead at the moment, but not playing like it. Cyclone a little bit cleaner in these team fights.
They have to try to go for something though. This Fire Giant will probably be the Phoenix is down if they group up. Through space and time is used, trying to commit, finding the Mez onto Ezzuna, but just dashing away.
Mango Man on the backside, gonna zone out the entirety of Cyclone GG. CobbY joins up through a portal. But here's Cyclone just being zoned out really hard.
Stellar Burst not on the mark. Ezzuna looking for something that's in the front line, but PAB on the side, gonna get pulled in, interrupting the dash. This could be the first blood.
And Cyclone GG trying to make it happen. PAB knocked up. PAB can't find the portal. Bloakley gets the kill. And now trouble on the other side, surrounding other members. And trouble for Mr. Mango Man. He's gonna use the Ox to knock up great players, but a great play coming out from the Raijin. Gonna stop him in his tracks, forcing the ultimate out of Sun Wukong.
When he lands, he shouldn't have his transformations available, but just as I say that, the Oxform does come out, portal not in position after the tier 1 tower, should be able to commit to this.
And here's gonna come the aggression again. Mango Man falls down to the hand of the jungler. 4, 4, and 10 for Airbrushd. Trouble for Naaaarrrk though. He got hit by a huge chunk and has to play very respectfully. And because of that distance, PutKettleOn able to defend the majority of this tier 2 tower. Great play from Janus specifically, using his long-range poke to get these players away from his tower.
But Guan Yu sustained, going to be able to top off Naaaarrrk as long as he's able to avoid the Stellar Burst and Unstable Vortexes. It should be an advantage for Cyclone GG. They have a 5-on-4 now with the respawn of Nemesis, but they're not really utilizing this. They're not going for gold or fire.
And even that play by itself, Cyclone have started a little bit of looking strong, looking alive. Cyclone, we're looking at a 10,000 gold deficit. They brought it down to 8, inching closer to 9. 9 now as we're speaking, but Cyclone, they're mitigating this lead, and a lot of it has to do with Mr. Guan Yu. Player damage doesn't matter too much. It's about the amount that he's healing. That's what Guan Yu's bringing to the table. He's able to provide players with multiple life bars, whereas PutKettleOn, they don't have an answer for it. There's no meditation, so they can't sort of emulate the same play of Guan Yu, and like you brought up earlier, there's a lack of real hard healing reduction. It's just this curse on CobbY.
Not going to be able to really commit to the kill if that's going to be their only anti-healing. Needs to see more options. Maybe a Brawler's Beat Stick on the side of Nemesis trying to commit to that kill. Fire Giant being started, however, by PutKettleOn. The Nemesis trying to commit. Naaaarrrk forced to ultimate away defensively.
And that's what we're seeing every time. Naaaarrrk is clearly the target of this team because he's one of the bigger hard carries. Raijin right down the middle, takes out Sunsy Given. Excellent play to start out the team fight. Cyclone still pushing forward. PAB dashing away. Airbrushd gets the kill out of the Janus on the backside with a hot flank.
Nice jet stream, being able to chase through the portal. Now PAB gonna get cornered and surrounded, forced to go back up north because of Airbrushd, but yet again another nice jet stream. Gonna try to commit to that chase because of the mobility, but Mango Man in trouble as well.
Airbrushd gonna keep on chasing, finds the kill. Mango Man surrounded by 4 again. The group up play by Cyclone GG, but Mango Man's got the ultimate. Up in the cloud, looking to jump. Jumps right towards the team. Double knock up. This is still trouble though, Toli. Mango Man goes the wrong way. He goes into the team. He killed himself.
He did. He didn't want to try to survive his teleport. He could have easily landed the opposite way, healed up, teleported back into this team fight, and maybe, just maybe, CobbY and Mango Man could have delayed this Fire Giant with a healthy Sun Wukong.
Now, CobbY's the one with Wrath, so this is a play that Cyclone GG have to be careful of. Fire Giant 36%. If CobbY can get in, he can Wrath easily and take this one away. Zone still not going to work. Great banish at a Freya, and that might secure it. Fire Giant goes the way of Cyclone GG. Ezzuna takes out CobbY. Blackjack 21. Cyclone GG's coming on back.
Great banish from the Freya, not allowing the position of the Kumbhakarna to find the Wrap Steal. And now it's Cyclone GG back in the game. They found 4 kills. And no, I'm sorry, they found 5. A delayed deicide, and then Fire Giant grabbing this tier 1 tower. It's going to be very difficult now for PutKettleOn because they don't have the sustain to match this Guan Yu anymore.
What was it in that last team fight? Well, I'll tell you what it was. PutKettleOn got completely spread out, and that was troublesome. Remember before? Look at the left side of your screen. Player damage, Guan Yu all the way on the 4,000 side. But before, we were just showing you the heal numbers. The important number was the 20,000 number that Guan Yu has been able to bring with the heals. 20,000 healing, average health on a player, 2K. He's saved 10 lives.
More importantly, honestly, PutKettleOn, they dropped the ball by trying to split push both middle and left at the same time. Nemesis, before, during that Fire Giant that they had, just not grouping up with the team. She tried to go for the fancy play, expecting that her team would just naturally win 4v5, being so far ahead, instead of respecting the team fight potential still out of Cyclone.
At the same time, though, Toli, you know, how often does the 4v5 10K plus Fire Giant in hand lose? I mean, that's an assumption that, you know, we all know. That's an assumption that I think you can make. I don't really fault PutKettleOn for making that play call. I like the 4-in-1 split push when you're up 12K at a Fire Giant. I don't dislike the play call. PutKettleOn's response to that play has just not been right.
And now they're going to be aggressive. Cyclone finding yet again the Sanctuary onto the Soul. The Amaterasu forcing so many members out. This tier 2 is going to fall, and Cyclone, they're just going to retreat and wait for the sustain from Guan Yu and the Fire Giant.
Yeah, here's come Mango Man. He's going to try and stop it. And a great play by PutKettleOn to push up forward, knowing that the sustain is the play for Cyclone GG, so they're going to try and fight right into it. Love this call from BKO.
And the Typhoon cut the team in half from PutKettleOn. They weren't able to commit the same way onto the Kumbha, and Mango Man stuck around 5, forced to use Oxform underneath, and now the chases on Amaterasu should easily catch up.
So PutKettleOn made that aggressive play to sort of stop the aggression. PutKettleOn wanted to stop the aggression after the healing up. But the problem was, it didn't do anything. Cyclone heal up anyway, and they're able to come right on top. Sustain going the way of Cyclone. Ezzuna cuts down Mango Man. Phoenix still alive, half HP for the moment. Up and down goes one player, and Naaaarrrk able to pick up Waldrom.
Still in the sky, doing so much damage. Those were only 4 Freya hits from the ultimate, zoning out Soul. The rest of her team going to be grouped up as the wave enters this left side Phoenix. It's finally going to be the first Phoenix down of the game.
Yeah, and there's damage from Bloakley as well onto CobbY. 2 players alive for PutKettleOn. Bloakley takes out the Phoenix, left Phoenix down. 2 players alive for PutKettleOn. Cyclone are going right for the Titan. Down goes Sunsy. Mango Man in trouble. He's dead. PAB nowhere near this team fight. There's the ultimates. Ladies and gentlemen, Cyclone GG comes from a 10,000 gold deficit, yoinks the Fire Giant, and takes the game.
Just amazing patience. They were so determined in that second game. They did not lose any hope, and that's what you need to have out of a team, just to keep thinking about ways to inch back into the game, and they relied so heavily on that Guan Yu.
Yeah, no part of that game, and I mentioned it earlier. I said, it almost looks like Cyclone's playing better Smite than PutKettleOn when they were down 12k gold, losing a tower. But it was the response. It was the response to all of the pressure that PutKettleOn were able to play. I don't think I've seen, it's very rare to see a team that composed in that sort of situation.
And they were able to also steal that Gold Fury earlier on, which delayed the pressure from PutKettleOn. It was when Sun Wukong was on the top-hand side zoning. We saw the Typhoon coming from the bottom-hand side, as well as this Amaterasu stunning and doing so much damage to this Kumbhakarna.
Again, keep in mind, PutKettleOn, Kumbhakarna died after the Gold Fury. PutKettleOn have a Wrath, and Cyclone GG don't. And right there, we got to see what happened. Ezzuna goes right up in front, uses her dash to enact the silence on the Kumbha. If you silence the player, they can't use the relic. Just smart play coming out from Ezzuna.
And on top of that, the 5v4 play that was able to defend that left side Phoenix, hold on to their middle Phoenix, and that was the issue for PutKettleOn. That is what allowed Cyclone GG to get back into that game.
Exactly. So 2 games to none. Cyclone GG find themselves up. It's a best of 5, however, so Cyclone need 1 more win. On the other side, PutKettleOn, they're looking for 3. We'll be right back.